Kristen, a dating and relationship coach, and today I want to share with you how your desires can lead you to love. So I wanted you to think for a moment, maybe tune in, close your eyes, think about how much you desire right now to be in a good partnership. And how would you rate that intensity? On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say that desire falls? Got it? So let's say it falls at about a 5. And you're thinking something like, yeah, I want a relationship, but it's not working for me. So I think I'll just focus on, my work, and I'm watching Netflix, and I'm maybe drinking too much alcohol or staying busy, and I'm really disconnecting from that desire. Or maybe you're doing avoidant activities, like you're not going to anything that's singles based, or you're not being with your friend and her boyfriend, or you're avoiding romantic movies, or you're even just not meeting new people in general. Well, if you can relate to any of those things, it might be possible that you're muting down that desire you have for a relationship. But what if that desire is the actual thing that will lead you to the man of your dreams? So maybe you're thinking, well, Kristen, what if I tune into my desire and I'm coming across as desperate because it's so strong, or like thirsty, and some guy is just pushed away because it's too much? And I would say it's not your desire that can turn men off, but it's actually what you believe about your desire. So tuning into our desire does not mean that we become obsessed with having our desire met by one man. You've probably been in a situation where you've had a crush on a guy and you just want him to meet your desires. But what it is rather is that we have a desire, and we believe that we're worthy of owning it and having that desire met no matter who meets it. Or we could be dating one guy and we find out that he doesn't have the qualities that we want, even though he's really attractive and it looks good on paper. But because we own that desire, we know that can be met anywhere else, through any other way. We believe that the universe, God, will bring us another man. When we believe that our desires are good and we honor them, then we take ownership of those desires. And I love how Esther Perel says this in a quote of hers. She says, "For me, to desire is to own the wanting. To desire something is to say, I want. For that, there needs to be an I, which has the right to want, and is entitled to want, and is deserving to want, and has the self-worth to give permission for I want." And so it's really connected to how we view ourselves and what kind of self-worth we have. So it's good to own our desires. I know this has been my own journey of trying to come to terms with knowing that when I have desires, that they're good, and that means there's often a way for them to be met. So especially as women, when we connect to our desires, we're connecting to our heart. And our heart is the place where a man actually falls in love with who we are. It's the thing that attracts him to us. It's the glue that can keep a relationship together. So are you owning your desires for a certain kind of man? Maybe you want someone who's into personal growth, or very spiritual, or maybe great in the outdoors. You'll know that you really own your desire when you're willing to leave something that's not good for you because you believe that what you want is out there. If you've been falling for guys that aren't quite for you, or maybe it's just like a situationship or something that you are tolerating but you really don't want, then it could be that you've muted down your desire, or what you believe about your desire is not giving worth to what you want. Sometimes when this happens, we know because even if we are led to feel that desire for a relationship, sometimes what can happen is negative emotions or fears can start to come up. And the reason we mute down these desires is because we're actually avoiding and we're self-protecting ourselves from feeling some of those emotions. If you can relate to that, I want to be able to support you in being able to feel that desire, because sometimes when we find ourselves in that place, it's hard to do it on our own, and we find that we need support. I wanted to offer you today a couple of ideas for activities where you can start to tune into that desire, and also a way to support yourself in a community of people that will be doing similar things to you on this process towards meeting your man. So some of the ideas that I'd like to offer are activities that will kind of draw out that desire in you. Like I mentioned before, maybe it's watching a romantic movie. Maybe it's spending time with couples that you admire and interviewing them or listening to their story. Maybe it's flirting with a cute guy at the meat shop. Maybe it's spending time just collaging about pictures of where you and your man would like to be, maybe things that you're doing, activities. What would it feel like as you look at the pictures? Planning to go to a singles only activity, putting yourself out there in places where. So when you get off this video, my challenge for you today is to write down 2 ideas, maybe some I gave you, maybe some ones you can think of, and start in the next week or 2 to do some of those things and take notice. Maybe you journal, maybe you should look into talking with a friend about it. How did it make you feel? And after that, if you're ready to take more inspired action, I'm going to be leading a class next week called How to Increase Your Ability to Meet Men in Real Life. I know that dating apps are all the rage these days and online dating, but so many people are sick and tired of having to filter through a lot of men in a format where you're not really meeting people in real life. And so for that reason, I'm hosting this class to be able to share with you ways that you can open up, ways that you can attract in men in this modern age where we're so distracted, ways that we can engage with men in a way that feels more comfortable and natural to you. So if you'd love to go to this class, I would love to have you. I will be putting a link below so that you can register, and after the class, we'll be entering into a challenge, a 30-day challenge, implementing some of the things that we learn in the class with each other to be able to reach better results in our love life. So I would be so excited if you would join me next week. If you want to join our Facebook group for women, click on the link below. We'll be sharing and talking about some of the activities coming up. And until then, I hope that you have an awesome end of summer. This is Kristen Mira, your dating and relationship coach. Take care, friends.